Hello and welcome to the Dressage Anywhere podcast. Hello everybody, it's Ruth from Dressage Anywhere here, and today we have got Kelly, aka Mrs Equidance, from Equidance. Welcome.
Hi, it's really nice to be here. Lovely to chat to you.
Lovely to have you. But we thought we'd just catch up with Kelly and find out more about Equidance, where they started, where they're going, what they're up to, and see where it takes us. So.
Great.
Start off with, can you tell us more about how you guys, well, it's you and Tony, isn't it?
Yeah, we're very much a team on this. Basically, I've been interested in dressage, and I've ridden all of my life, and dressage is my passion, because I'm a failed eventer. I'm not very good at eventing at all. So, and because I've got children now, I'm not brave enough to jump things that don't fall down. So I do love my dressage though. And when I met Tony was very unhorsey. Tony was terrified of horses.
Oh, bless him.
And I took him along to Dressage Christmas at the Winter Championships.
Yeah.
And he sat in the indoor arena at Hartbury, and it was freestyle on. I don't even remember what level freestyle we were watching, and he just sat there and was horrified, and he just went, "What is this?" And I was like, "What?" Bearing in mind there's quite a few people around, I'm like, "Shut up, what?" And he's like, "It's this music, I don't," he's like, "Who's playing this? What is this?" And I went, "No." I was like, "Shut up, Tony." I was like, "People pay a lot of money for their music." And he went, "My God, this is awful. This is dreadful." And he has very acute ears. It's just what he can hear is unbelievable. And I was like, "Okay, look, if you think you can do better, do better." And he was like, "Yeah, all right." So he went home and he was looking on Facebook. He was like, "Okay, I need to make some music. All right, let's go and have a look through some top name riders and see if anyone wants some music." And actually, the rider that first went, "Yeah, all right, I'll let you have a go," was Nicola Buchanan. And Nicola was like, "Okay, great, yeah, I'm doing a Grand Prix gala at Hartbury. Basically, fill your boots."
Fantastic.
And he did. And so his first ever piece he made was a flipping Grand Prix. And it was a massive learning curve for him. So he literally went from zero to the top of equestrian sport in a matter of days.
That's incredible.
It was nuts, and he did a really good Game of Thrones arrangement for Nicola for her horse that's now retired, bless him. But it was brilliant. So from that, he was like, "Right, okay, I want everyone to have access to this. I don't want to charge stupid prices, because do you know what, equestrians, we pay enough for stuff. We pay enough." He's like, I don't want to be greedy. He's not a breadhead. So let's do something, let's charge a fair price, but knock out an absolutely world-class standard product that can't be beaten. Yeah. So I was like, you know what, that's a very good formula for business. So he started off working, I'm sorry that it's a bit of a monologue.
This is great.
Thank you. So he started working on his own, and I mean, I'm self-employed with my own company. But he got so busy so quickly that when we bought our house here and we moved in, he was just getting so bogged down with the minutiae of the social media and the admin and dealing with, being able to offer that real quality service to customers, that it was actually affecting the amount of work he could do with the editing. So I took that from him and went, "Okay, do you know what? Stay in your studio, because we've got a dedicated studio here. Stay in your studio. I can actually lock the door on him if I want to," because he talks to himself constantly. It literally is a constant Tony monologue when he's editing. So I can just lock the doors on him, and I can deal with the customers. I can deal with the emails. I can do the website updates, and I can still do my own business as well and stuff. But I can take that from him, because it kind of interferes with his creative process a little bit. So basically that is where Equidance came from. It came from Tony feeling he could do better, and then realising that we work very, very well as part of a team. So I actually do less and less on my other business, and more with Equidance.
That's fantastic. Oh, hello.
Terry the dogs. It's literally insane. Now, and I built the website that's running now. I built that 2 years ago for him.
Yeah.
And literally, I mean, what he started with was good it was okay in the beginning, but we had to completely overhaul it because the amount of hits we were getting and the amount of orders we were getting, it was like, okay, we seriously got to upgrade, because what we're actually, our showcase, our kind of front door to clients wasn't matching the product we were providing. So we're like, right, okay, what can we do to make it better? And kind of that's the way we think. Not so much of how can we charge more, how can we make more money. We are very much focused on what can we give back. So we're just about to build an app, hopefully we can get loads of people to download, that will offer free training music. So we can upload playlists regularly so that people don't have to spend money on like buying music that's freely available. So we'll just be able to put it together. So, and say, for example, we'll do like a cob week, and we'll have some music there that's suitable for cobs. And then actually we might do some interval training the next week. So we'll have some canter work with some walk work, and then some more so we can just really play that idea and keep people engaged and keep people forward thinking. But because a lot of people want that, people want the training music, and we think, well, we don't really want to be charging for that. I mean, we can do it. We do some bespoke training music for some of our clients because they want it played by, because Tony's a music producer, he's got access to industry session players and so we do that too, but we want to be able to offer that for free, because not everyone can afford to
no, absolutely. That sounds like such a great thing to do, because there's a few people at the yard where I keep my horses that have a little Bluetooth speaker and have some music playing as they're schooling, they're training, and they say, it just helps them to find their rhythm and relax. So that sounds like a really invaluable tool, actually.
It's great, and I think sometimes people can get stuck into listening to the same music, and not that that's a bad thing, but it's a bit like riding to the same dressage test over and over again. You start to preempt the cadence changes in the music, and it has to have a psychological impact, and that has to have an impact in your riding. If you're always anticipating the chorus in Sledgehammer, what you're going to, that's going to affect what your horse feels, I think, ultimately. So I think being able to change the music that you ride to is important.
Yeah.
We love it. Now, we don't ever claim the success of our clients, though. Do you know what? Our clients did brilliantly at the Nationals, absolutely brilliantly, and we're made up. It's their wins. Do you know what? Yeah. It's not our wins. They're not Equidance wins. We could sit there and we could, tell you what our clients have done and this and that. But do you know what? It's theirs, and we aren't going to dine out on their success.
Absolutely.
We are absolutely made up to share and to fist bump them if they've come in as champion, reserve champion, if they've gone out and they've done their first prelim and they've got 65%, or do you know what? We absolutely love it. All levels. We don't get any more excited over a Grand Prix than we do over someone doing their first prelim. We just love it when people message us and go, oh my God, look what we've done. That's the best part of what we do, because we trade in smiles. Yes, we make wicked music, and Tony is just a genius level editor. He's a bit mental with it and probably a little bit unhinged at times, but he is an absolute genius with what he can achieve. But that's not the best part. The best part is the feedback. And our clients are really good at coming back to us and letting us know what they've done. And it's just, how can you not love what you do?
That's amazing.
It's great.
Yeah. No, I love that. I absolutely love that. So you run a series of clinics, don't you? I've seen those advertised. How do those work, and how do people find out about them?
Oh, that's a good question. Obviously, it was difficult. I mean, over the whole COVID scenario, we couldn't do clinics at all. But they're really popular. I guess because Tony's so smiley. He doesn't suffer with the ups and downs that we women do. He's always happy. So the women love dealing with him, and the guys that we have riding love dealing with him because he's just Mr. Personable. We run slightly differently to other producers. We don't do the floor plans on the day.
Okay.
Now, the reason we don't do that is because it gives you a time constraint. Now, a floor plan is really important. How can you nail that down in 30 minutes? I think what we do is we have our floor plans, either they work through with a trainer that knows them and knows the horse, or they can get a floor plan designed with our Grand Prix rider, Steph Erdley. She does all of our floor plans for us. And she will have a chat with the rider, find out what their strengths and weaknesses are, and she'll design the first level floor plan for them to go away and ride. And they come back and they whatever tweaks they need, so they have the time to digest the movements and to know if it works or not. And then when they're ready, they then come along to a clinic. They ride their floor plan with Tony, Mr. Happy, who makes everyone feel brilliant. They pop the horse away, and then they come and sit down and they talk through their music ideas. Again, we don't do this on the horse because sometimes people need longer than 20 or 30 minutes. Sometimes the horses aren't used to having music played. So we take, sometimes there's a safety element as well. So rather than just blasting music into an arena with a horse that may not be accustomed, we just let them put the horse away and come and sit down in a no pressure environment. If they can't decide on the sort of theme they want, then do you know what? Doesn't matter. They can chat to me the next day, and we'll go through the process until they love the music choices.
Yeah.
But that's the most important thing, is we don't tell the clients what to ride to.
Yeah.
They literally, they might come with some pretty bizarre ideas sometimes, and that's fine. We will always try and nail that down. But we will send communication back and forth, ideas. They might love the walk, they might love the canter, but they want to bin the trot because it's terrible. That's fine. We'll just make sure we send messages back and forth and keep the communication free so that we get that email that goes, oh my God, that's perfect.
Yeah.
That's the moment we edit. So the clinic is about finding out about the client, about getting the video done and finding out the ideas that they want for the music.
Yeah.
So again, we don't charge a premium for our clinics either. We don't ramp the price up. We simply cover costs for Tony to go and film.
Yeah.
And people have the opportunity to have a really low pressure environment. And we find it really, really works. So we asked our clients what they wanted from clinics. And actually, that was the feedback that we got.
Wow. And what's the strangest music request you've ever had? If you can think of one.
Well, I'm not a massive fan of like jungle music, I suppose, like from dance. So we get quite a lot of requests for music that's the wrong tempo.
Yeah.
Now, people are very, I use the term people generically, obviously, because it doesn't occur to, not for everybody, but a lot of people are very good at timing their canter and their walk.
Yeah.
They can go, that's my canter, right?
Yeah.
It's 95 to 100 beats per minute. When you ask most riders to tell you what their trot tempo is, most riders will go, and you're like, oh, no.
Yeah, exactly.
It's an awful lot quicker than you imagine. So I will say probably 80% of people that come and go, I would love this for my trot music. Actually, most of the time, they imagine their trot being a lot slower than it actually is.
Yeah.
I suppose that doesn't really answer your question, because we don't really get very bizarre requests for music.
Yeah.
We find that people or people that ride native horses, so like your PREs, your Highlands, Welsh, like to have music that is indigenous.
Yeah.
So a lot of people that ride Portuguese horses, if they're coming on a Lusso, they want Portuguese music. And we do quite a lot of Scottish Caileys for the Highland horses, and a lot of like Gaelic music for our Irish clients. And that is that's really nice, because it does add another level of choosing music. So it's not just about what's popular. It's not just about having something that the Royals Philharmonic Orchestra have done. You have to then really think outside the box and go, wow, I've suddenly got to go and find a whole load of Celtic music for this Welsh section D. It kind of takes your music choice off on several different tangents.
Definitely. And I guess it kind of makes it more sort of personal for that rider and more unique for that horse as well, doesn't it? So you can produce something that's quite special.
Exactly that. It would be very easy for us to tell clients what to ride to, but it would be music that just sounds the same. And we want them to I want our riders to squeeze every last mark out, because of course we want them to win, because winning riders will advertise for us. So I know that, so it's not completely altruistic, but we want those riders to just squeeze every half mark out because they just love what they're riding to. It's really important.
Yeah, definitely. So do you run the clinics around the country, or is it just to your specific area, or you do them all over the place?
Well, I send Tony all over the place. He was supposed to be going to Scotland next month, but they're still on local lockdown, so we've actually had to postpone that clinic. He does Northern and Southern Ireland. He does Scotland probably twice a year. He's always over on the east coast of England. We don't have too much up in the northeast because that's pretty well covered with another music producer right now. That's fine. But we go, he goes all over the country. Wow. I send him everywhere. Yeah. I do all the clinic bookings. So literally I'll be like that. Really sorry, but you're going to Hertfordshire next month. He loves it. And we have a lot of regular host clinics, like Swallowfield Equestrian with Joe Swain. We do one there nearly every 3 months, and the Croft, we're regulars there. And it's really lovely because we get some proper fantastic trainers that can give us regular feedback, and that they then do the floor plans for their clients. So it's just another wonderful way to work and to help support local business as well, because we can give their clients some amazing music, and they send us some brilliant clients too. So it's a very good symbiotic relationship.
Absolutely, yeah.
You see something different from different floor plan designers. We have some that come in directly from Steph Croxford as well. She designs for some of our more northern clients. And it's lovely to see how different trainers make different floor plans, and the different things, the different lines that they can encourage people to ride from prelim up to Grand Prix. It's really I guess the ante has been upped. The floor plan design just as much as it has for music, and designers have to be. I don't design for Equidance, and Tony doesn't design. So that's something we don't really get involved in, and it's really interesting to see how that's evolving from down the centre line, halter X, continuing trot, track left. Oh no, people don't do that anymore. They're coming in, they're halting at D, then they're doing a half 10 and they're going the other way. It's like, that's brilliant. I love the way these trainers are thinking right now. Yeah. And I did my first dressage to music in 2005, right? And I had, it was just a terrible program on my computer because I was too mean. I was a student then at Hartbury. I was too mean to pay anyone to do my music. So I did it myself. And thinking back now, I know it didn't fit any of the paces, but I did put it together myself. But I think that is, for me, the turning point. When people could download and do it themselves and then realize the limitations of doing it yourself. Yeah. But with learning the limitations comes learning the opportunity. And definitely. You suddenly go, actually, I don't have to have this music. It doesn't have to sound like this. Oh my goodness me, I can use that song that's number one at the moment. Yeah. And then, I can use the soundtrack to Moana because my 12-year-old daughter loves it. Actually, I've got a Moana soundtrack as well, and I'm 40. But do you know what? Anything is possible. We've got one client who's based in Bath. She's a regular client. But she gets me to do. I do have to do voiceovers. So, like at the halt and at the beginning and end, but I will normally have a phrase that I'll have to do sometimes in a character voice or one. And do you know what? That again, it's for her daughter, and they just love it. So we quite often will put, if a client wants some lyrics in because perhaps the instrumental is a little bit flat, well, do you know what? We'll go and find the a cappella track. Tony will download it, make sure it's in the right key and the right. I don't know how he does it, but somehow he puts them together. Yeah, he'll just take some of the chorus lyrics out, whack it in with the instrumental, and it just gives the mediums a bit of extra punch. So I think I kind of digress then, but when people realized that there was so much more you could do with the music, that's the turning point. Because what was going on before, it's not good enough now. Do you know what? The standard has increased massively.
It has, hasn't it? It is incredible, and it's fantastic to watch. Now, if somebody wanted to find out more about your clinics, how would they go about that? Are they on your website or your Facebook page?
Mainly on our Facebook page. We used to have a map on the website which showed where we were all over the country, but actually it was a massive headache to keep it updated, and people just didn't look at it. So we kind of binned that. We try and list them on the website, but everything is always up to date on our Facebook page.
Brilliant. Oh, I've got an interesting question here. Actually, we might have touched on this a little bit, actually. But it's about balancing the flow of a test with the inventiveness that we were talking about. Because I think there could be a danger of having too many music edits or too many different movements or something too complex. And it's just how do you go about kind of balancing all of that so that you're maximising your opportunity for good marks from the judges?
Well, obviously flow is key. And the way you get good flow is not so much about changes within the pace or the work that you do within the pace. It's changes between the paces. So if you come in and you go trot, halt, that's fine. And then you go trot for 30 seconds, walk, and then trot, and then canter, and then back to trot, and then you do some more canter, you're never going to get the flow that you need. Yeah. So I think that's why it's key to have a proper designer do your floor plan, or a trainer or a judge that understands the flow of freestyle, because for the music to really make sense, you need like a beginning, a middle, and you need a resolve as well. So it's really nice if we can start the music and it's quite soft and melodic. We need to build to the medium paces. Obviously, it's different at prelim because you don't get mediums, but that has its we deal with that slightly differently, which I'll go into in a moment. But anything that's got medium paces, well, we want to be able to accent that within the music, and also lateral work. You know, if someone's doing a shoulder in and they want it annotated, well, Tony will move the bars of the music around to make sure that he doesn't just get a song, whack it in where the medium paces are and then start it at a random point. No, it has to start at the point he likes it at. Then he'll put the medium in, and then he'll kind of take the bars. Literally, how he moves it around is unrecognizable, so that it fits. And then he's got an ending as well. So doesn't just chop the music off or fade it out. That it's not good enough anymore. No. He creates the song from scratch, and that is where the flow comes in. So you've got your trot, nice and gentle, building up to your medium trot, da, 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 and then it resolves down, and then you've got a pace change. And then we're going to have that journey all over again for the canter. Sometimes it can look really impressive to have your extended or medium paces at the very beginning. But actually, in terms of music, it can sometimes... You've got a crescendo right at the beginning of your music. And sometimes it can leave us with nowhere to go or make it more difficult to have a great resolve with the music. I mean, Tony will always nail it, but he always prefers to have like mediums and extensions towards the end of the trot or canter section so that he's got the journey with the music.
Yeah, that's
when we speak to our clients, that for me is the best time when I have my first 15-20 minutes or however long the conversation lasts. Sometimes it could be like an hour, and I ask questions. So I want to know what feel they want from the music. No, it's not just about what music do you want, because most people go I don't know, I hadn't really thought about it. But that's really common. You're like, that's absolutely fine. So let's start with what music don't you want?
Yes.
And people go, oh my God, I don't want jazz. I don't want, that's when you get a lovely, great big list of things that they don't want to write to. Yeah. So then you're like, okay, so we're kind of left with pop, and then you say, well, do you like the sound of the violin? Do you like a saxophone? No, I hate a saxophone. Brilliant. And there's the series of questions and asking the feel that they want, because some people want something that makes them smile. They want, a lot of people will want something that's emotive. I want the judges to tap along and know the music.
Yeah.
So then that's really important, because there's no grey area between people that like the music to be recognizable and people that don't. If you want the music recognizable, nothing that I come up that's generic is going to cut the mustard.
Yeah.
Because it's important to some people, not to everybody. Some people at Grand Prix want the judges to know the music, and they love riding to Queen and ABBA and stuff that's current, and that's great. Some people like something that's as unique as we can possibly get it, even at all levels. And that's the most important thing for us, is what feel does the client want from the music? Do you want the judge to be like, oh my God, so we can use something that's emotive and it'll make you almost cry to watch the horse go into free walk? Or do you want something that's going to make someone smile because we've used the Muppets theme tune? It's finding out how somebody is wired and how we can reflect that music in their personality as well. That to me is really key. And that's the difference between nailing it or being an almost there.
Yeah, absolutely. That's brilliant. So where can we go to find out more about you guys? Where are you on every social media page and your website and everything?
Oh, well, we're mostly active on Facebook. We're very active on Facebook. Our page and our freestyle group is also really, really busy. We don't tend to advertise much on the freestyle group. We leave it for people to just chat about things that they like and don't like, and how can they do a different floor plan and stuff. But our Facebook group is very good for our events. We do Instagram as well. I'm not brilliant at Instagram, but it is there. And our website, www.equidance.co.uk. That's where all our orders come through the website. But mainly the Facebook page, it has all the info on the live shows that we do. It has info on discounts that we might add, or the clinics that we do. We update that as regularly as we possibly can.
Yeah, brilliant. Well, it has been an absolute pleasure to catch up with you today, Kelly. Thank you so much for joining us. I will add all the links of where to find you in a post with this video shortly. But thank you.
No, that's great, Ruth. It's been an absolute pleasure. Thanks very much.
Thanks for listening to the Dressage Anywhere podcast. Dressage Anywhere is an online platform where you can upload your dressage test videos and enter competitions with other riders from around the world. Find out more about us at dressageanywhere.com, Dressage Anywhere on Facebook, Dressage_Anywhere on Instagram, and Dressage_comp on Twitter.